Well, here we are. This is our second three questions of the day, and I'm so excited to meet Catherine Brinkman. She's also another person from LinkedIn who I haven't met yet, and so this is awesome. So, welcome to three questions from the Godfather. And why is it the Godfather? Well, because I am the Godfather of the digital business card. To prove it, if you text the word Gabe to the number 321-421-5213 or scan that QR code right there, that'll generate that text for you. It'll my card will land safely on your phone. You'll see something you've never seen before, and you'll discover how cool it is to have one. So and Catherine is, I believe, with Dale Carnegie. So I'm really excited to. I'm so glad we connected because I love talking about sales. So Catherine, how can you teach me to sell?
I can take you from somebody that is, I used to say that I was a professional hustler to a professional salesperson. Because what I learned is from Dale Carnegie sales process, it's literally I can pinpoint when I have you, when I lost you, and then when I know that you're kind of just kicking tires. I know that's an old term, but I still use it.
Mm-hmm.
So the important piece really that I gained was how to qualify faster and ask questions that are very diplomatic and not, pushy, but very consultative to make sure I can get all the key stakeholders in the room early on and I can define budget because Carnegie is not, 199, right? It's a little
Right.
more expensive. The investment level's higher and the product is better because we are ISO certified. So I can teach you stuff like that on how do you give facts to differentiate yourself from your competition. And really, the biggest takeaway is to realize, okay, when did I lose the sale so you don't make that mistake again?
Awesome. Yeah, I've lost a sailor or two in my day. I know that. But so, how do you teach? How did such a non-technical person get so into robots? I want to hear more about these robots.
I mean, I love it. Is that dorky? I'm from Silicon Valley out in California originally, born and raised. And when I moved to New York City, I work for a company called Nice Systems, and that's a contact center software. And ultimately, you have to go in and kind of when you're prospecting and looking for new logos, you have to sell the shiny object, right? Because software, they're usually in 3 to 5 year contracts. And robotic process automation was my shiny object.
Mm-hmm.
I happened to be paired with some gentlemen that were at a show in New York. So I went and they were like, oh, she's kind of smart. She can kind of understand the tech stuff. And they ended up deciding that they wanted to go to lunch, so they left me alone to run the table.
Mm-hmm.
And I was able to answer questions rather. And then ultimately, what happened was when they came back, they're like, "Oh, she actually got leads." So they taught me how to demo that evening, and then it just kind of progressed. We're now
Wow.
within AI, ML, it's cool. It's a little, people kind of, if they knew what was really behind the curtain, they would maybe be a little, you know, on the
Trigger.
customer service side, a little creeped out,
Mm-hmm.
but it's out there and it's really cool. I think in time people will understand the power that it has for good.
Mm-hmm.
And just right now it's kind of exploded. And I was at a conference in earlier this month and we didn't mention I call it the C word because it's okay, that's not really what automation's about. There's so many different levels if you really think about AI. Like
Mm-hmm.
artificial intelligence is that's just one piece.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I kind of nerded out. They taught me. I ended up doing my own demos, running some proof of concepts. And from the Carnegie background, I was able to explain how robots were not taking people's jobs and
Mm-hmm.
then also really present the findings of the POCs that people had. And if you don't know what POC is, this is where the Carnegie comes in. Proof of concept.
Okay. Yes. Thank you for because our audience, who knows what they know, and POC, I didn't know what that was either. So
Oh my
that's
gosh, I
good.
taught you something. The Godfather learned something?
Absolutely.
What?
And so, what made you get a job with Dale Carnegie Training?
I'm very candid about it. I was told that I had to go take Dale Carnegie.
Mm-hmm.
I was around 23, 24, and I was put in a position where I was running a nonprofit out in California, and everybody was older than I was.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not joking. I walked in my first meeting, I had a folder and paper and said, "Here's our plan." And they kind of were like, who is this girl in hard pass? No
Mm-hmm.
way. And I call this person my political handler.
Hmm.
He's like, you don't have any diplomacy. And I thought, I'm like,
Wow.
okay, well, I don't know what that means. So in the car, after being told that, I had to look up what diplomacy meant. And I was
Uh-huh.
like, oh, he's right. I really don't
Yeah,
have any diplomacy.
not part of my repertoire.
So I took our leadership training, and halfway through I was like, this is awesome. You just ask people questions? What? And that's when I said I think I could sell this, and they looked at me like, well, you sell like $10,000 rubber chicken dinners. Are you sure?
Hmm.
But I ended up being the person that just took our Dale Carnegie, inside sales kickoff, boot camp, all that stuff, and I did exactly what I was told, and I went on to be Rookie of the Year without knowing what a purchase order was.
Oh, good for you. Good for you. That's a great story. I love it. So, and the question four, we actually extend this to give it because I'm not done with you yet.
Uh-oh.
We throw another question in there just to make it more personal. So without mentioning your family, and I think I'm going to like the answers to this question. Name three fun facts about yourself. Mhm.
One, I know how to milk goats.
Okay.
Two, I actually studied satirical writing at the Second City for about a year. And another
What
fun
writing? What kind of writing?
satirical writing,
Okay, I gotcha.
so
Okay.
satire.
It's yeah,
Um,
I know what that is.
and
That's in
some people
Chicago?
don't. They're like, "What?"
In
If you can,
Chicago? In Second City,
it was
Chicago?
online. It was online.
Okay.
This is pre-pandemic. This is like 2016,
Mm-hmm.
2017 that I did it. Took about a year off and went to, as one of my friends calls it, comedy college.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought it'd be fun. So the third fact I would say is that I am numerically dyslexic, and I think that that is why I failed calculus 3 times, and I understand the tech. I just can't build the tech, but I can
Mm-hmm.
talk about it.
Very good. Uh, uh, and just a side note, calculus is hard, so
Yeah,
it doesn't matter if you're dyslexic or not. It's hard.
it is hard. It is.
Anyway, so well, this has been fun. I've really enjoyed this, and we have another chapter of the God Three Questions from the Godfather in the can. We're going to put Catherine's LinkedIn information anywhere that we post this again, and you all should know how to get in touch with me. But let's review it. We text Gabe to 321-421-5213 to get my information. And thank you so much, Catherine, for coming.
Thank you. Appreciate it.